Some police encounters begin with confusion and end in blood. These are the three moments when danger walks through the front door, when no one is ready. In April 2023, a man stormed into the Youngstown Police Department lobby, demanding to file a complaint about something he called a manifestation. What started as confusion quickly spiraled into hostility when an officer labeled him mental.
You called me.
Say that shit again.
You're mental.
Within minutes, the verbal tension exploded into a violent brawl inside the police station itself. Officers scrambled for control, a gun belt was nearly compromised, and backup had to intervene. But the real story isn't just the chaos. It's what pushed this man to confront the system face to face, and how one officer's words lit the match.
Into the Youngstown Police Department lobby, demanding to speak to the chief of police. However, the officer working the window had his own opinion about who he should see.
I need to make a complaint so it can get finished today.
What can get finished?
Manifestation bullshit.
Manifestation?
Yes, manifestation bullshit.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what.
Rather than de-escalating, the officer explained the formalities in a dismissive tone, asking the man to make an appointment with the chief. The request to use a phone was denied, widening the gap between institutional control and civilian frustration. From the outset, this was a powder keg waiting for a spark.
Exactly sure what you're talking about.
You need to talk to like your chief or something.
The chief only talks to people if they make an appointment. You have to make an appointment with the chief to see him.
You're gonna have to call him or something.
Okay.
Wasting my time. You can call him. My phone's broke.
You know what? Let me call somebody from my.
Moments later, that spark came, with words that should never have been said. The officer, perhaps out of irritation or misunderstanding, bluntly questioned the man's mental stability, labeling him mental in a public setting. It was a statement that instantly escalated the tension, transforming confusion into rage. The man, already on edge, now felt disrespected, provoked, and humiliated. What could have remained a tense but manageable interaction instead crossed into dangerous emotional territory. The officer's words may not have violated any law, but they were the wrong words at the worst possible time.
You're talking about some kind of manifestation. It's that, you know what that tells me?
What?
That you're mental.
Say that shit again.
From there, the confrontation edged toward violence. The officer, now fully engaged, ordered the man to leave, but his commands lacked authority. The civilian responded with open defiance, taunting the officer to make him leave. What followed was a standoff, a breakdown of both communication and control. The officer failed to establish dominance through verbal direction and instead became entangled in a shouting match, repeating prior provocations that only added fuel to the fire. No tactical withdrawal, no backup request. Just an emotional spiral accelerating toward a dangerous climax.
You have to leave now, sir.
Or what?
You have to leave now, sir.
Call someone right the
I'm not calling anyone.
Yeah,
you have to leave.
Why?
Leave.
Make me leave.
Leave.
Make me leave.
Make you leave?
Yeah. Make
sure this is on. You have to leave, sir.
Make me leave. Say that shit again.
You called me.
Say that shit again.
When the explosion came, it was sudden and violent. The officer left the safety of the lobby window and engaged the civilian directly, a risky decision that immediately backfired. Grappling on the ground, the officer struggled to restrain the suspect while calling for help. Words like gun belt and handcuff cut through the chaos, exposing just how vulnerable the officer had become. The suspect resisted, boasting he could do this all day. It took multiple officers to bring the situation under control. The danger wasn't theoretical anymore. This was a real-world failure of de-escalation tactics with real consequences.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right, we're just gonna roll him over. Take my gun back. Get him in. Before I get off. Hand me my handcuff.
You're getting press charges on big boy.
Even after the suspect was restrained, the damage had been done physically, procedurally, and institutionally. The man made chilling promises for the future, while the officer attempted to justify his handling of the situation to colleagues, once again referencing the man's mental state. But the recording captured more than just the facts of an arrest. It revealed a chain of choices that escalated a mental health crisis into a violent confrontation. Charges followed: aggravated robbery, multiple assaults on officers, and menacing. But beneath the legal surface, the case posed difficult questions about how law enforcement handles unpredictable and possibly unstable individuals walking through their doors. But just when you think it cannot be messier, the next case comes in. On a hot July afternoon in Lakewood, Ohio, chaos erupted inside a local Aldi grocery store. An off-duty officer, working private security, spotted a man allegedly trying to slip out with stolen goods, just $6.28 worth of snacks. But what began as a simple confrontation quickly spiraled into violence. Within seconds, the suspect had the officer in a chokehold, knocking him to the ground. Shoppers watched in shock as the struggle intensified. By the time backup arrived, the officer had burst blood vessels in his eyes, and this petty theft had turned into a felony case that would land one man in prison.
Go now, pal. Bro, just chill. I wasn't stealing. Lay down, it's over. Lay down. Just chill. Lay down. I wasn't stealing, I wasn't resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Here, on my back. I wasn't stealing. Sorry. You gotta be kidding. I wasn't stealing. Liar. I didn't take it. Sorry.
Guillotine hold is not a good idea, bro. Poor guy's lips are purple. What are you trying to...
The incident began in the cramped aisles of a convenience store. An off-duty officer confronting a man he believed had just committed theft. The suspect, visibly distressed, denied any wrongdoing, insisting he wasn't stealing. But the officer, firm and resolute, had already made up his mind. Tensions escalated rapidly. This was no calm detainment. It was personal, physical, and dangerously miscalculated. What started as a simple accusation now teetered on the edge of excessive force, with the suspect's voice cracking under pressure, pleading for understanding, as the officer pushed him outside.
I need help. I wasn't stealing. You were. You walked in and walked right out. Yeah, I was checking for stealing. Come on. Let's go. You're going now, pal. Bro, just chill.
Then came the chokehold. The suspect hit the ground, hard. The officer pinned him down, demanding submission. Despite repeated cries of compliance, "I wasn't resisting," the officer refused to let go. The crowd around them grew uneasy. A bystander noticed something chilling: the suspect's lips turning purple. It wasn't just a scuffle anymore. It was a medical emergency in the making. What unfolded next wasn't police procedure. It was panic in real time. The officer held firm, and the suspect's body began showing signs of respiratory distress. This was a turning point where the use of force may have crossed a constitutional line.
I wasn't stealing. Lay down, it's over. Lay down. Just chill. Lay down. I wasn't stealing, I wasn't resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Here, on my back. I wasn't stealing. Sorry. You gotta be kidding. I wasn't stealing. Liar. I didn't take it. Sorry.
Guillotine hold is not a good idea, bro. Poor guy's lips are purple. What are you trying to...
Still holding him down, the officer reached for his radio with one hand while trying to manage the suspect with the other. His voice cracked with frustration as he called for backup, detailing the struggle, referencing an injured knee, and expressing disbelief over how far things had gone. The suspect, still beneath him, gasped out fragmented defenses. Whether guilty or not, he was now subdued, and the officer's obligation had shifted from control to care. Yet the delay in adjusting tactics raised critical questions about situational awareness and use of force proportionality under stress.
That was the wrong way to go.
I was trying to tell him. Stop! I'm trying to step still!
My knee.
I don't give a damn about your knee after all that.
I didn't mean to do any of that.
You didn't mean to.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Knock it off. HD 62, I need officers up here at Aldi.
My stuff.
You'll get sorted out, bro.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, now you got a robbery charge.
Robbery?
Robbery.
I didn't really.
You didn't have to.
Nearly 4 minutes passed before the officer was fully able to recount what happened. He described a harrowing physical struggle, claiming the suspect had him pinned and that he had to hold on with everything he had. It was a sobering reflection, one filled with adrenaline and justification. But in his own words, he admitted to screaming for help, unable to reach his radio, locked in a battle he hadn't fully prepared for. The fear in his voice was real, but so was the potential overreaction. The line between control and recklessness had thinned. As the dust settled, the incident became almost surreal. Officers discussed what had allegedly been stolen, just snacks, minor items, while referencing existing warrants. But the conversation veered off, joking about Pringles and how something so small could spiral into a situation this dangerous. That last comment was telling. For law enforcement, it was a day of chaos, injury, and escalation. But for the suspect, the implications could last years. The juxtaposition between levity and legal consequence left one thing clear. Something here had gone deeply wrong. While this case might sound overwhelming, how about when a wannabe tough criminal punches a cop in the face? On March 16, 2023, police were dispatched to a quiet neighborhood where a young man named Nick was reportedly experiencing a mental health crisis. According to his parents, he had leapt from a balcony and was behaving erratically, refusing to speak, pacing aggressively, and ignoring commands. Officers arrived on scene hoping for a calm intervention, but what unfolded over the next 10 minutes tested every protocol for mental health response. As Nick grew more volatile, officers faced a delicate choice: continue de-escalation or act decisively. In the end, one wrong move triggered a physical confrontation that no one wanted.
Hey, don't step on it.
I didn't step on it. I'm not ignorant. I wouldn't do that. Hey.
Stop resisting.
You're under arrest. You are under arrest, buddy. I gotta
Get in the head position. Hands now!
I got this hand. All right, stop fighting. Just relax, okay?
That wasn't.
The officers arrived on scene to find Nick, a young man in visible psychological distress, leaping from elevated structures and acting erratically. From the outset, his behavior signaled more than simple defiance. It suggested a psychiatric break. When one officer calmly approached, Nick hesitated to provide his name, already disengaged from rational communication. The officer attempted to stabilize the situation by grounding the interaction in conversation. But Nick's refusal to engage and repeated flight responses added layers of volatility. Early intervention efforts were undermined by a rapidly deteriorating rapport between subject and officer.
Hey, stop right now. Stop. Relax.
He just jumped
John,
on
so you
that.
just jump on the banister again.
3 times.
Relax. What's going on? Why are you jumping like that? Are you hurt? What's your name? What's your name? I'm Nick.
Let him take over now. I'm not going to say it.
What's your name?
But there may be a backup officers with them.
What's wrong?
Despite the tension, the officer pivoted to de-escalation, maintaining measured tone and body language. However, as Nick moved closer, the officer voiced concern, not from hostility, but due to an unpredictable threat posture. Nick's refusal to take prescribed medication added context to the unfolding crisis. The officer repeatedly reinforced that he did not want a physical encounter, using verbal boundaries and transparency in a textbook attempt at nonviolent resolution. But the subtle cues, stepping forward, squaring up, pointed toward a subject teetering on the edge.
Towards me, please. Please back up. Hey, relax, relax. I'm not trying to fight you or anything, okay? I gotta make sure you're okay. All right? What happened today? Don't do this. Don't do this. It's not worth it. Does he take any medication?
No.
Okay.
He's supposed to, but he never takes it, so no.
He's squaring up with me.
Okay.
No, I'm not. He has a body cam.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Not squaring up with you.
Okay. So why are you just...
Time passed, and the standoff grew colder. The officer sat, applying passive resistance techniques, relying on persistence, empathy, and the visible presence of other responders. His goal was to outlast Nick's mental resistance with calm patience. He emphasized the safety of everyone involved, invoking the concern of the parents and the readiness of paramedics. Yet, Nick remained detached. He was neither combative nor compliant, hovering in a gray area that kept the officers in a constant state of alert.
Okay. I'm just going to sit here and ask you questions until you answer them. So I don't care if it takes an hour, I don't care if it takes 2 hours. The parents are concerned, the paramedics are here, there's 4 police officers here, and we are not going anywhere. This isn't safe for you, it's not safe for your parents. Tell me how you would like to do this.
They're all waiting outside for you. But from what I saw when I first walked in and you jumped in, that's unnormal. You could really hurt yourself. And what's to say that you're not going to do something more when we leave? So therefore, we're obligated to make sure that you get the right attention. We can't just get up and leave, okay?
Eventually, patients gave way to protocol. The officer issued a clear warning. Nick was now being detained for his own safety and the safety of those around him. This shift marked a procedural turning point. The officer narrated his reasoning. Clenched fists, aggressive posture, and proximity all justified a preemptive move before harm could occur. Though the officer remained composed, the moment felt charged. Every second without compliance made force seem inevitable.
So you can either talk to Sergeant Jump here, or me, Officer Nelson, or you can talk to the fire department. And we're not leaving. Okay. Stay right there. Stop moving like that. Doing it.
I'm going to tell you this much. I will place you under arrest for assault. Okay? We have every reason to believe that we are in fear of physical contact with you with what you're doing. You're balling your hand. You're coming within inches of other people.
Not worth it.
So do not push this into a criminal matter, because you will be arrested and taken to jail.
Hey, don't step on it.
Then, the conflict erupted. Nick resisted the physical detainment, escalating the situation into a struggle. Officers wrestled him down as he punched one in the face. Commands were barked, limbs flailed, and adrenaline overtook negotiation. Amid the chaos, an officer remarked with unsettling familiarity that his own child does worse, highlighting the human cost of normalized confrontation. Still, officers maintained control, securing Nick for medical and legal processing. The aftermath was blunt. Jail was now part of Nick's path forward. If you find these cases as gripping and thought-provoking as we do, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support helps us continue to uncover the raw, unfiltered moments where law, psychology, and human behavior collide.